Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. This is your first time here. Please hit the subscribe button, get that bell notification on so you don't miss out on the next episode of Rivière-des-Montagnes, a Quebec themed city, and make sure to hit the like button. The like button helps the channel a lot. Thank you very much for all the support on the channel, and I love reading the comments. So please, if you have any comments, leave them down below. If you have any suggestions, leave them down below as well. We are over here in the same region we've been building all week because there's a lot to do. And you know what? I really like the way this has turned out so far. And I have a lot on the plate today, and I will get to that secret little thing I promised. And in order to ensure that I do that, I'm going to start off with it because I've neglected it the last two times. But I really like how this has turned out. I think this was a good way to kind of taper off the density. Also, I really like some of these vanilla buildings, or vanilla. I guess they are vanilla, but the vanilla European buildings mixed in with the international buildings that we have. I gotta say, the area does look really, really nice. But we're gonna be working down over here a little bit. And first thing I need to do is I'm gonna take out these trees here. I'm just not gonna be needing them for this section. So in order to do that thoroughly and quickly, we are just going to go a bit bigger than that. Do this. And it's going to delete some of them that are underneath the road as well, which are very useful. And we are going to bulldoze them. Very quick and easy way to remove trees with Move It. But anyway, so I'm looking over here, and it is a nice flat piece of land with a nice view. And I'm thinking, what could go down here? It's close to transit. There's a lot of options. We could get some of these tourist buildings in, but there's something that I really want to get in that we don't have in the city, and I don't see a lot of people put in their cities. And I know it's a PC only thing, but I think they're just really cool. And in order to kind of ensure that we get the look that we're going to use, I'm actually going to delete these buildings and the zoning here, because we are going to need a bit of help with this section. We're going to need a bit of an interesting layout at least. So this is still part of the Brook District, which I'm thinking now we might need to change. So why don't we take it from about here. We'll take this frontage, and I'll leave this all here for now, and we'll see what happens with that section as time comes. But because that's going to be probably residential, but I need to find a nice flat piece or a flat-ish section. So I think this is a good landing. So I'm just going to take that, and we're just going to flatten out a bit of the land here. Now, I just want to see where the water line is. Yeah, you know what? I think I kind of want to go down a bit farther. So let's go with this one. Not much of a difference, but I think it might just be enough. So well, I'm thinking now we might be able to put a key in, but I kind of like the idea of it being a bit rougher around here, more classic River's Edge. So we only really have one section with a key in the city, but maybe this is something that we should add. Just second guessing myself. I'll save it for now at least. But let's get a road. And what we're going to use is just the normal road, I guess. And from about here, oh, actually a bit farther down, just connect up. I'm going to draw a diagonal road right along here. And then we are going to use the Concerts DLC. We're going to have a festival area right here. And I think right along the river here would be a really cool view. It's close to transit as well, which is great for the city. And I think it'd be a cool place to enjoy a concert, wouldn't it? I mean, literally cool. It would be freezing right now, but in the summer months, it would be fantastic. So I'm just deciding whether or not we should get it closer down here or push it right up against this. I think maybe right there might be nice. Nice. Okay. So the way the Concerts DLC works is if you haven't had it before or haven't seen it or used it, these attract tourists, and they attend concerts. It's just like it's kind of like how the sporting stadiums work, but there's a couple of things you can add it. So there's this, which is the main one, and then it's supported by this fan zone for people who do not fit in the festival area. So it's a pretty cool building. Usually I like to put them side by side, but in this situation it doesn't really work. And there is one thing that I like doing as well with these, and that is using toll booths, two-way toll booth. But they are pretty big, so I'm not sure if this is going to really work. We might be able to make that an exit and get the entrance a bit farther down, but I was hoping to keep this a bit more isolated. So yeah, I don't think the toll booth is going to work in this situation, but it's kind of like acts as like a gate, and that's pretty cool in its own sense. But this is a small city, so maybe it doesn't really need that, but we can perhaps figure out a different way to make it look as if there's a bit of a security zone. Let's just take another quick peek at that, because now I'm thinking we might be able to just rework it a bit, because it is a really cool item. Alright, let's turn buildings on. Just gonna move this over, and then there we go. Yeah, maybe. Let's plant it in. Let's see if this will work. So if we just have to readjust this a bit, I guess. And this way it kind of sections that off as well, which is pretty cool. Alright, so maybe instead we just tilt it. Oop, I needed to move it for that, didn't I? Oops. There we go. And then if I just drag that down like this. So unfortunately, it's just being a bit tricky right now. So we're gonna have to look at the grids here to make sure that things are going to be a bit better. So I'm just gonna actually de-zone all this, and we'll let it regrow in again once we set everything up, because I kind of want to redraw these roads. Alright, so the reason why I did that is because I want to redraw the roads so that the grids stay the same. And just the way this works is you kind of have to place it in, right? So that's not always fun to do smoothly. Alright, let's turn anarchy on. Alright, and then we will do this, and I guess that doesn't really work. Okay, never mind. So hopefully, by doing this, we might be able to connect in smoothly. Okay, come on. There we go. Definitely ground level here, and it is off ever so slightly. So we do need to move this down a bit. All to get a toll booth in. Unfortunately, my alt trick doesn't work. So this is just a bit of eyeballing. Alright. Thank you, Movement Mod. Alright, so we kept it as straight as we could possibly keep it. And then this way we can also ensure that we have, say, some offices right here to help block the sound. Definitely gonna need to pull this forward a bit more. It's a bit wonky, but it's really tricky to not have those little guidelines help you out, is it? So we had residential over there before, so let's get residential here again. Actually, this is going to act a bit more like a collector, so we will draw that in. And all right, so now that we have that in place, we can look at readjusting this. So Oh, come on. So I think I still want to keep this over here. So it's just a matter of figuring out how we're going to be able to do this. So the trees are a bit in the way, aren't they? All right, maybe we'll have to rethink this a bit. Come out this way. It's going to be the same height as that. All right. So now that we have that in, I think what we can do is we can just draw out a road like this, maybe. How to move it. It's definitely my favorite mod. I think maybe we can make this a bit of a junction here. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll draw this over. And we'll pull this out. All right, and then right here, we'll connect up and continue it out like that. And I think if we just select these nodes we just made, just pull it back ever so slightly. That kind of works, doesn't it? All right, I'll just bring this back a bit. And then with this one, I know it's really, really small, but thinking it might help if we just make that 4 lanes. And then we just kind of go over this and we'll click it with this tool just to make sure that they can turn both ways. Let's see where these cars go. Just want to make sure that the cars can theoretically turn. But I guess there's nothing over there, is there? So anyways then, let's just pull this one out a bit more. I know I'm spending a lot of time just kind of fiddling around with nodes, and it's not always the most fun thing to watch. Oh. Control here. Just going to move over a bit. Oh, sorry, shift. Hold shift. Alright, because I wanted to get the other concert DLC items in as well. So they're in unique buildings right here, and I want to get the fan zone in, which I need kind of a small road here to go off of. So we will just do that. And I'm going to need to readjust all these nodes to the same height. Am I not? Yes. So do that. And then we're going to draw the fan zone right here. Hold alt down with that. It's always important to make sure that everything is as smooth as possible. Then over here, we're just going to drag this right to here. Awesome, so the fan zone looks pretty cool too. It's a good little park. It looks almost like a second stage, which is pretty cool. Awesome. Now, that's technically all you need, and this gate is going to make us a lot of money as well. You can even just bump up the prices and people will still go through it, but we'll just leave it as it was before. But as you see, there's parking here, right? And we don't really want parking in front of the concert hall, so what we definitely need to do is get a parking garage inside of the gate, but there is this parking garage as well. And we just want people to charge for coming in with their cars. I don't mind about people walking in. So I think we're going to need another parking garage, which is a lot of parking garages in the last couple episodes. But I think let's go with this one. I think this one might look nice. Oh. Let's put it the same height as that. Yeah, and then theoretically, cars could literally just pull right in from the toll booth. Let's just grab that, lower it down a bit more. There we go. Just raise that one up a bit. All right, so now that we have those in place, the next items you can add in from the Concerts DLC are the Music Club and the Media Broadcast Building. But I'm not going to add in the Media Broadcast Building yet because it's just costs a bit too much. It's pretty cool. It also looks just like the TV station, well, similar to the TV station. And I just don't know if we need that in this city. So I'm trying to make this look a bit more like a local concert hall kind of thing. So let's do that. Let's also get a pathway to connect from here, so people can walk. And the reason why I put offices here is that they're going to kind of block the sound. So now that we have this in place, there's a couple things we can add in. So this is just, again, like, oh, sorry, I never got to the music hall. This building is really, really cool, and I want to add it in at a location right over here. So it's pretty long, so I was choosing this location because we have the space, and I think putting it right here would be really cool. I don't think I want to mess with that big building, so I think right here would be perfect. So we'll do that. I know I built it over top of other buildings. So, oh, no. Oh, it's a historic building. That's fine. And we also are going to get rid of that one as well. So let's check the zoning out down here. I think we can get rid of that zoning. It looks pretty cool exposed. And anyways, it's a really cool building, and it doesn't cost that much money. And it leaves a really cool effect for the city. So let's take a quick look at it. People enjoy the local music culture all around the year, even when there's no bands playing in the festival area. An active music scene increases ticket sales. So it's also a really cool building that adds a lot to space. So I think it looked perfect in that little zone. Perhaps an older building that has remained. All right, so now that we're back over here, there's a couple other things you can add into like a little concert hall area, and those are park buildings. So what I want to do is go over here. We're going into our city park, and you need restrooms, right? So we haven't unlocked any other type of restrooms from like the zoo or anything like that, so we're going to stick with these ones. We're going to kind of stick them together. And then we also could add cafes, but I assume that in the fan zone there's like a cafe here, and that's the beer tent. Maybe there's some stands, so we don't really need that kind of thing. But you know what is good? An info booth. So we will add in the info booth right here. And there we go. So you can maybe buy your tickets there or something like that. And I think it looks pretty cool. It looks like a really cute little zone we've added in here. I'm just going to level it out ever so slightly around the park, because I don't want the hitboxes showing. And then also right here, I'm just gonna do a bit of work. And anyways, we're going to try to get a pathway around the park altogether. So we're using just our normal path, but I'm now thinking a key would be really cool. So why don't we go into our new content pack and we look for some simple seawalls. I think that'll probably be the way to go with this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And we'll just drag it out a bit over here. Yeah, why don't we go to about there. Nice. And then from over here, I think we're just going to do something a bit on the classic Cities by Steven style. We are just going to drag it in to about, okay, we're going to use Move It for this. So just click it down and it's going to scooch it over like that. And actually, I think it would be pretty cool if we are able to drag it right in like that. So hopefully people would be able to walk in between them. And then we're also just going to fix the height of this area. So when I said the classic cities by Stephen style, it was going to be fusing in the key with some rocks, but I think we need a couple rocks right here, don't we? Some big river rocks. More like boulders. There we go. Interesting little rock I made. Okay, so just gonna straighten this out with move it. So I'm just gonna grab it. Oh, didn't like that, did it? Okay, let's grab segments as well. Just gonna hold Alt down. It's gonna help snap things around, make things a bit smoother. So I'm gonna do that with a couple of these. There we go, that's pretty smooth. There we go, so I guess people can technically walk around the key here. So I think what we'll do instead is we'll just get a couple pathways that connect them. So I will use the move it mod. Oh, it's bringing up some of the ground there. All right, so we have a connection there, and then we'll do another thing right here. And I'll do the same thing until the ground starts really poking through. All right. So we have some connections here, and then I'll make one more over this way. And same thing, just pull it down. All right. And we'll just add in some trees here to help fill in the space. Why don't we just do this? Do a bit of a prop line. And this way we can kind of hides the concert hall a bit. Plus it looks pretty nice. Okay, and also kind of helps fill in and end off the space because there's still some other things I want to do in this video. So why don't we just look at flattening this out a bit, just so we remove the hitbox, because it's one of the banes of my existence in this game. These hitboxes are so darn large. All right, so I think we can probably do some tweaks over here, but I'll save that for another time because we still have a couple things I want to do with this space. So we are going to use the same road we're using over here to just draw it down a bit more. Okay, we'll do that. And then we're just going to hold Alt and pull it down just so that it kind of connects up. And I also say Control H to that height. And I'm going to have to pull it back, aren't I? Okay, that's fine. We'll just pull it back a bit, and then we'll draw in a pathway to connect the two. Ground level. Alright, we're going to have to just move the thing. So I'm going to grab those two. We're going to swing it around like this. And we're just going to insert it right here. And shrink it. And hopefully that gives enough of a connection. And then as well over here, we're just going to draw in a path like that. And then down like this. Just to give everyone as many options as possible to get around here. And then right over here in this little section, we have some opportunity to add in a couple of items. So one last thing though is I'm going to add in just a normal road, I think, because it has parking. And we'll add it right here. Alright, so I don't like how that messed up with the grids. So perhaps I will try it right there. Take a look at that. Okay, that's fine. I want to get some high rises in here. And I'm actually just going to pause it because I want to check out whatever district this is in. So yeah, so we're gonna make our own little district here for the concert area. Willow Park, not the biggest fan of that. That's okay. We don't really need, sure, we'll add this in just to make it a bit bigger. And Willow Park is going to be renamed the Concert District. And the reason why I did that is because I just want to add in self-sufficient homes. Because, I mean, these are just offices to block the sound. But I just want those cool condos to go up over there. All right, so we spent a lot of our time over here doing the concert district, which was a bit tricky because of the toll booth. But if we actually click this, we can see what bands are coming up and how many visitors we've had. So one reason why we want it over here as well is because it's so close to transit. We can also run a bus up over here as well, but I think I'll save that for now. Last thing I want to do really quickly is I want to make this into a park, a city park around this mall. And then next episode, we will look at adding some stuff in over here. But needless to say, I just really want to squeeze this in because I don't think it's going to be the title of the next episode or anything like that. So let's just say park and right through here. All right, so Pearl Meadows. And I'm just going to add in a couple gates, and then we'll just kind of leave it. I don't want to do too much with it yet because I think things are still going to grow up around it. But I think this will be a good idea to have over here. The Park City Gate, and then we'll get some side gates around here. I think that'll be a good spot, and then going over here. And I'm going to leave this side open for now. And we'll just get a tree path over here, and then this way we will just get our normal path. All right, so we're just going to just select the node. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. And just open it up like that. All right, I think I'm just gonna grab these. I'm just gonna, oh, I missed the node. And I'm just going to move them up so that the pathways there look like they connect. Yeah, there we go, Pearl Meadows. Okay, well, we're just gonna name this Mall Meadows because it's represented the mall. All right, and then with this, we can also look at adding, wrong one, adding in some more of our favorite tree. And with the prop line tool, it makes things really easy. All right, so I think maybe we can do that over here as well. And that's where we will leave it today, folks. So I hope you had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed the concert district. So let me know what band you would want to have play here with this great view too. So yeah, I hope you have a great day, everyone, and I'll catch you next time. Let's find a good little screenshot in tomorrow's episode where we're going to still be working out over here. So have a great day and peace out.